Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Now in this video I'm going to explain you about the MIS. What is MIS? What are the advantages and limitations of MIS? And lastly, what is Daybook and how it is displayed in Tally ERP? These two topics I'm going to cover up in this video. Very frequently in examination, a question will be asked regarding what is MIS. What are the advantages and limitations? Very important questions, so watch the video till the end. In the last video, I have completed bills of exchange, then I have completed sales register, purchase register, and trial balance, how to generate trial balance in Tally ERP. All these things I have already explained in the last video. So if you have not watched the last video, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject, Computerized Accounting. Select unit number 5, MIS reports. Watch the first two videos. Now, before starting this video, I expect my viewers to take a screenshot of the points which I have written on the board. Then I'll explain all the points in detail. Come on. The first question is, what is MIS? Management Information System. So Management Information System, MIS, is a system that is responsible for collecting, processing, storing and distributing information that is needed for performing the functions of management. A management has to perform different functions like planning, organizing, controlling, coordinating, staffing, etc. For performing all these functions, the management needs information. So this MIS is a system which is responsible for collecting the data, processing the data, storing the data and distributing the data among all the parts of the organization so that the management can be able to perform their functions. That is MIS. The MIS incorporates a collection of computer-based system and certain procedures that are implemented for facilitating managers in decision making. So it's a combination of computer-based system and procedure. That means this MIS utilizes the computer system and some procedures to be adopted, and the combination of this computer system and procedure will lead to generation of information, and this information will facilitate in decision making by the managers. And MIS is a discipline that covers the application of people, technology and procedure for solving business related problems. So MIS is a combination of three things: people, technology and procedure. We are combining these three: people, technology and procedure for solving business related problems. A number of problems are confronted by managers. To solve those problems, we require the people, we require the technology and we require the procedure in order to solve those business problems. So MIS will facilitate this. Now, MIS is a system used to gather information to be used in performing the functions of management. It's a system for gathering the information and supplying this information to the management for taking decisions. This is the brief meaning of the term MIS. Second part, it is asking you to explain about the advantages from this MIS. Many advantages are there. What are the advantages? First one, it assists managers in taking right and timely decisions. A business will be successful only when decisions are taken timely, right decisions. So ultimately, the whole success of the business depends on the decision making of the management. So with the help of MIS, management can take a right decision, timely decision. Secondly, MIS improves the quality of plans by providing relevant information for sound decision making. See here, the planning requires information. If we provide good information, then the quality of the plans will increase. Better plans, effective plans, efficient plans we can make. So ultimately, MIS will generate such information which is very much relevant in decision making. So plans quality will increase. Thirdly, decentralization of authority is possible when there is a system of monitoring operations at lower levels. That means decentralization of authority. The authority is not completely centralized. Slowly the authority has to be decentralized. So this MIS will help the management in decentralizing the authority so that the lower levels management can be clear about their jobs. They can be able to understand what they are expected from themselves to the organization. Next is MIS is successfully used for measuring performance and making necessary change in the organization plan and procedure. By using MIS, we can evaluate the performance of different factors of production and planning and procedure can be made. Next one, MIS facilitates integration of specialized activities by keeping each department aware of the problems and requirement of other departments. Every department should be clear in their mind. What is the job? What are the functions of the department? What are the functions of other departments? So there should not be any chaos among the different departments. Every department should know what they are expected to do when there is MIS. Last one, MIS assembles, process, stores, retrieves, evaluates the information. The best, advantage is this MIS will collect the information, process the information, store the information, retrieves the information and supply the information to all the departments which require information. Lastly, MIS serves as a link between managerial planning and control. The two main functions of the management are planning and control. Both are dependent on one another. If there is planning and no controlling, then planning is a wasteful activity. And controlling without planning is not at all possible. So we need planning, we need controlling. There should be a link between planning and controlling. And this MIS will make the link between planning and controlling. Both will be successful. So these are some of the advantages of MIS. Now what are the limitations of MIS? We should not say disadvantage because disadvantages are not there, only limitations. We cannot get the maximum benefit. So what is the limitation? First, MIS is not designed properly, then it will not be useful to the management. MIS is best only if it is properly designed. If it is ill-designed, if it is wrongly designed, it will not give the benefit to the management. So first of all, this MIS should be properly designed. Secondly, it is of no use if user does not have adequate knowledge of utilizing information available from MIS. MIS is not a guarantee that by implementing MIS the business will become successful. No. After implementing the MIS, the people in the organization must be fully aware about the information which they got from MIS. So every personnel should be aware about MIS concept. Next one is, if the basic data provided MIS is obsolete and outdated, then MIS is of no use. Just like garbage in, garbage out. If you give the good data, you will get the good remuneration, good information. So similarly, if you put all obsolete or outdated data, then we cannot expect a good information from MIS. So in order to become MIS effective, we should give the proper data, the current data, the relevant data. Next, industry experts believe that the internet has made the job security a big issue. As technology keeps on changing this day, this means that one has to be in a constant learning mode if he or she wishes for their job to be secure. Nowadays, the technology is very dynamic. Today's technology, tomorrow it may become outdated. So fast changing technology, in that fast changing technology situation, the people in the organization should be updated. They should always be in a learning mode. Otherwise, they will lose the job if they cannot be able to fit. That's why always there is a lack of job security. There is no job security because if a person wants to secure his job, he has to learn the latest development in the technology. Next one is, though information technology may have made communication quicker, easier and more convenient, it has also brought along privacy issues Hacking has now become common. People are now worried about their private information becoming public. Nowadays, in spite that technology has helped a lot in every field, but there is always a risk attached in technology also. Nowadays, a lot of hacking is taking place. When such a situation where hacking is common, becoming common, then it will be difficult for the people to keep the information private. At any time, the private information may become public. So always there is a risk of hacking. So these are some of the limitations of MIS. But comparatively, if you compare the advantages and limitations, advantages far exceed than limitations. Limitations are few. If you take all steps in protecting this MIS, then definitely we'll get only advantages. We can minimize the limitations. So anyway, overall view, the MIS is very good for the business. Now, the second question is regarding what is Daybook, how it is displayed in Tally ERP. What is Daybook? So, all the transactions carried out on a particular day are listed in the Daybook. All the transactions taken place in a business on a particular day is recorded in Daybook, and it displays by default the last voucher entry date of a regular voucher. It will disclose, it will display the recent transactions conducted, the last voucher date. The transactions of the last voucher date, by default it will be displayed. For example, today is, let it be 12th March. So last voucher was raised on 12th March. So by default, the Daybook shows all transactions of 12th March by default. Now, it can also be set to list all transactions carried out in a specified period. We can configure, we can change the Daybook. If you want the transaction for a specific period, not for a day, we can set, we can change the settings to give the transaction for a particular period, not for a day. The transaction consists of all financial vouchers, reversing and memorandum journals, and even inventory vouchers. The transactions which can be shown by the Daybook are regarding inventory vouchers, memorandum vouchers, financial vouchers, etc. Now the Daybook in Tally ERP 9 is displayed by default for the current date, that is as on the last date of the voucher entry. So Tally ERP will disclose the day, the book, Daybook will show only those transactions of the last voucher date. The required period can be specified as per requirement. We can change the date. If you want to see the transactions of 2 days back or 3 days back, you can change the setting and you can get all the transactions for a particular day. And creation of Daybook involves creation of ledgers and then different types of vouchers. If you want to create this Daybook, you must have ledger accounts, you must have vouchers. And to view Daybook, now how Daybook will be displayed in Tally ERP 9. To view the Daybook, press Gateway of Tally, then click the display, click the Daybook, or press the key Alt plus F2, mention the required period, the Daybook will be displayed. So this is all about the explanation about Daybook. So in this video, I have explained you two topics. One long question very frequently asked, what is MIS? What are the advantages and limitations of MIS? This is very, very important. Secondly, what is Daybook? In short question, it will be asked, what is Daybook and how the Daybook can be displayed in Tally ERP 9. That's it. So this is the end of this video. Inshallah, the next topic will continue in the next video.